Billboard main praises SB19 on Lollapalooza set and having a fandom with unwavering dedication.
What if SB19's biggest achievement at Lollapalooza wasn't simply stepping onto one of the world's most recognizable festival stages? What if the real story was what happened after they got there? Because while the performance itself was historic, the reaction surrounding SB19 revealed something much bigger. A Filipino group had not only entered a global music space, they arrived with a fandom willing to travel across countries, spend heavily, wave Philippine flags, sing in Filipino, and make their presence impossible to ignore. And now a Billboard-focused write-up is putting attention on exactly that. Not just the performance, not just the 5 members, but the unwavering dedication of 18. And that may be one of the most important parts of this entire story. Let's go back to where this journey began. SB19 debuted in 2018. At that point, there was no guarantee that 5 Filipino artists would eventually find themselves performing at a festival of Lollapalooza's magnitude. But the group kept building. They developed their own identity, established 1Z Entertainment, climbed international charts, toured outside the Philippines, and gradually transformed from a promising P-pop act into a group capable of commanding attention on a global stage. Then came Lollapalooza. According to the write-up shown in these screenshots, SB19's appearance represented a historic milestone, with the group becoming the first group from the Philippines and Southeast Asia to perform at the festival. That alone would have been enough to make headlines. But then something happened that made the moment even more powerful. The crowd showed up, and they didn't simply stand there watching. Philippine flags were visible, fans sang along to songs performed in Filipino, people jumped, people danced, and the energy continued throughout the set. Think about how significant that is. SB19 was performing outside the Philippines, in front of an international audience, while proudly bringing Filipino language and culture onto one of the biggest stages in the world. And instead of having to hide where they came from to fit into the environment, they did the opposite. They leaned into it. They brought the Philippines with them. But here is where the story becomes even more interesting. Because according to Pablo, 18 may not necessarily be the biggest fandom in the world, but they are incredibly dedicated. And he gave Lollapalooza as the perfect example. Filipinos were flying in from different places simply to watch SB19 perform. Pablo even mentioned seeing the ticket prices and recognizing just how expensive the trip could become. That detail matters, because there is a difference between liking an artist and being willing to rearrange your life to see them. There is a difference between watching a performance online and boarding a plane to another country. There is a difference between supporting a song and investing your own time and money to physically be there. And that is exactly what Pablo appeared to recognize. He described that kind of support as unbelievable and explained how having that support whenever SB19 releases something or takes on a new challenge gives the members a sense of calm and peace. That is a powerful statement, because behind every chart position, every award, every performance, and every headline are 5 people who still have to step onto the stage. And knowing that thousands of people are standing behind them can change everything. But there was another moment in the screenshots that deserves attention. Stell spoke about receiving a message from Lea Salonga. According to his account, Lea had attended a screening of Forgotten Island, the film featuring the voice of the dreaded Manananggal, and told them that it sounded incredible. For SB19, that kind of recognition carries a different weight. Lea Salonga is already an internationally respected Filipino performer, so hearing encouragement from someone of her stature adds another layer to the story of Filipino representation reaching global audiences. And this is where all the pieces begin connecting. SB19 isn't simply trying to become internationally famous. They are creating moments where Filipino identity becomes part of the international conversation. Lollapalooza was one of those moments. The Philippine flags were part of it, the Filipino lyrics were part of it, the international fans were part of it, and Atin's dedication was part of it. But Atin's story doesn't stop at Lollapalooza. The screenshots also highlight the fandom's pursuit of another major achievement, Billboard's Fan Army Face-Off. According to the write-up, Atan entered 2026 aiming for a fourth consecutive victory after winning the title beginning in 2023. And if they secured another win, they would move into record-setting territory for the most victories to date. That is not a small detail. It demonstrates that the relationship between SB19 and Atan has developed beyond the traditional artist and fan relationship. It has become a global support system. And perhaps that explains why Pablo's comments are so revealing. He isn't talking about fans as numbers. He is talking about people, people who travel, people who sacrifice, people who show up, people who keep supporting the group even when the next destination is thousands of miles away. And that may be the real reason SB19 continues to break through barriers. Because global success isn't built only from streams. It isn't built only from algorithms. And it isn't built only from being placed on a prestigious festival lineup. It is built when an artist creates something powerful enough that people decide they want to be part of the journey. Lollapalooza showed the world what SB19 could do on a global stage. But Atan showed the world what happens when that stage is connected to a deeply committed community. And there is one final detail that makes this story even more meaningful. SB19's journey from their 2018 debut to Lollapalooza didn't happen overnight. It was years of building, years of experimenting, years of performing, years of proving that Filipino artists could compete in spaces where they were not always expected to be. And now the conversation is no longer simply about whether SB19 belongs on the global stage. They are already there. The bigger question is, how much further can they take it? Because if Lollapalooza was supposed to be the destination, SB19 could have simply celebrated the achievement and moved on. Instead, everything surrounding the performance suggests something different. This was another checkpoint, another barrier broken, another reminder that Filipino music can travel. And with Atan continuing to stand behind them, the five members are not walking into these international moments alone. They are carrying an entire community with them. So when people look back at SB19's Lollapalooza chapter, they may remember the stage, the performance, and the historic milestone. But they should also remember the fans who flew across borders to be there. The Philippine flags in the crowd, the Filipino lyrics being sung thousands of miles from home, Pablo's words about unwavering dedication, Stell sharing Lea Salonga's message, and Atan continuing its fight for another fan army face-off victory. Because perhaps the most powerful message from this entire moment is simple. SB19 may have stepped onto the Lollapalooza stage by themselves, but they never stood there alone. And if this is what their journey looks like now, the next chapter could be even bigger.